What if the moon collided with Earth? Part 1. The silent watcher. For as long as humanity has looked up at the night sky, one presence has remained constant. The moon, a glowing sentinel in the heavens, it has watched over Earth for more than 4 billion years. It lights our nights, guides our tides, and has inspired legends, poetry, and dreams. Ancient civilizations worshipped it as a god. Children stare at it in wonder, lovers whisper beneath its glow. But beneath its serene appearance lies an undeniable truth. This beautiful moon is also a massive rock in motion, locked in a delicate gravitational dance with our planet. Without the moon, life as we know it would never have taken shape. It stabilizes Earth's tilt, giving us seasons. It tugs at the oceans, generating tides that have nourished ecosystems for eons. It even slows the spin of our planet ever so slightly, day by day. The moon is not just a companion, it is a silent architect of life on Earth. But what if that balance were broken? What if one day something shifted, a cosmic accident, a rogue object, a miscalculated human experiment, and the moon began to fall, not metaphorically, not gradually, but literally and rapidly? What would happen if the moon collided with Earth? This isn't just science fiction, it's a terrifying thought experiment grounded in real physics. And it begins with a single change: the moon pushed out of its orbit. At first, the shift would be almost imperceptible. Scientists monitoring lunar data might spot subtle anomalies: the moon's orbit slightly distorted, its distance from Earth marginally reduced. News outlets wouldn't report it. Most people would still post selfies under its silvery light, but the countdown had already begun. Because once the moon starts falling, there's no turning back. Gravity, the invisible force that binds the cosmos, becomes our enemy. In the chapters to come, we will follow this nightmare scenario to its devastating conclusion. We'll explore how nature unravels, how society responds, and what awaits us on the final day. This is not a prophecy, but it is a mirror. And through it, we may see not only how fragile our world is, but how fiercely we must protect it. Part 2. The descent begins. At first, the changes are subtle, almost beautiful. The moon appears larger in the sky, so close, it seems you could reach out and touch it. People marvel at the sight, social media floods with photos. Supermoon of the century, headlines proclaim, but scientists know better. This isn't a wonder, it's a warning. As the moon inches closer, its gravitational grip tightens. The tides rise, not by inches, but by meters. Coastal cities flood. Beaches vanish, rivers swell and reverse. And the Earth begins to tremble. You see, the moon's gravity doesn't just pull on our oceans. It pulls on the crust of our planet too. Volcanoes that have slept for centuries begin to stir. Earthquakes ripple through fault lines. The balance we took for granted is unraveling. But this is only the beginning. Satellites start falling from the sky, their orbits thrown off by tidal forces. Communication breaks down, GPS fails. Humanity, once so sure of its technology, is suddenly blind. Then comes the panic. Cities are evacuated. Governments declare global emergencies. Scientists race against time, building massive underground shelters, space evacuation plans, nuclear contingency options. But deep down, everyone knows there may be no escape. The moon grows larger every day. It rises over the horizon like a giant eye, silent, unstoppable. Its gravitational pull begins to slow the Earth's rotation. Days grow longer, climates shift wildly, crops fail. The planet is dying in slow motion, not from war, not from disease, but from the embrace of its oldest companion. The world watches, powerless, waiting for the moment when the sky finally falls. Part 3. The aftermath. Earth's struggle to survive. Imagine the collision has just ended. Earth is no longer the planet we once knew. The skies are darkened by debris. Fires rage across continents, and tidal waves have redrawn coastlines. The moon, now shattered, has merged pieces of itself into Earth's surface, creating massive craters, new mountain ranges, and scars that will never heal. But strangely, Earth survives. Yes, even in this catastrophic moment, life clings on, barely. Underground bunkers, deep-sea zones, and protected shelters may harbor tiny fragments of humanity. The question now becomes, can we rebuild? Climate chaos without the moon, Earth's tilt becomes unstable. Our planet starts wobbling more violently on its axis, causing extreme seasons. Winters become eternal in some regions, while others experience never-ending summers. Ice ages come and go unpredictably. Ocean currents collapse, disrupting ecosystems and driving many species to extinction. The once predictable rhythm of nature is now chaotic. Night without the moon. You never really noticed how much the moon lit up the night until it's gone. Nights are now pitch black, making navigation harder, animals confused, and even human sleep cycles disturbed. Crops that relied on moonlight patterns begin to fail. No more tides, no more moonlit oceans. The romance of night gone forever. Technological regression. Are satellites likely destroyed by the wave of debris from the collision? Global communication systems break down. Internet gone. GPS gone. Modern civilization falling apart. We might be thrown back to a pre-digital world where communities rely on word of mouth, paper maps, and whatever power sources they can salvage. This is the dawn of a new dark age, not because of lack of light, but because of lost knowledge. A new evolution? But life is stubborn. It adapts over time. Strange new species evolve to survive in this post-collision world. Bioluminescent plants thrive in the darkness. Animals with enhanced night vision become dominant. Humans begin to evolve too, with paler skin, larger eyes, maybe even sonar-like senses to move in the dark. A new Earth is being born, one that is alien to us, but natural to the next generation. Part 4. The rebirth of civilization. Centuries have passed since the moon collided with Earth. The sky is no longer filled with raining fire or choking ash, but with stars, silent and strange. The Earth has healed in its own, unfamiliar way, and so begins the rebirth. Scattered survivors, new societies. Humanity, once pushed to the brink of extinction, begins to rise again. Tiny settlements built in underground bunkers, mountaintop caves, and deep ocean domes become the seeds of new civilizations. Without modern technology, they rely on solar and geothermal energy. Old printed books for knowledge bartering systems instead of money. These survivors don't look to skyscrapers or satellites anymore. They look to the soil, the sky, and each other. A new society forms, one less obsessed with speed and more focused on survival, connection, and meaning. A new calendar, a new understanding. With no moon to guide time, humans create a new calendar based on the stars and seasonal changes. Festivals revolve around the solstice, plant cycles, or surviving another harsh winter. Lunar months are forgotten, astrology becomes obsolete, but astronomy becomes sacred. Children no longer grow up dreaming of the moon. They grow up dreaming of Earth, the only home they've ever known. They call the old moon the sky ghost, and stories about it pass from mouth to mouth like ancient myths. Rediscovery and wonder. Eventually, some of these societies begin to rediscover lost science, reinventing radio, reconnecting continents, building telescopes to understand the stars, and one day, they spot it. A new satellite, not a moon, but a rock, slowly orbiting the planet. Perhaps part of the old moon that stabilized over millennia. A cosmic gift offering hope. Could this become their new moon? A new stabilizer, a second chance. The evolution of humanity. The humans of this age are different, taller, leaner, more adapted to darkness and the cold. Languages sound alien to us. Culture, an infusion of old Earth memory and new Earth necessity, but they still dream. They dream of reaching the stars. They dream of visiting the ruins of the old world. And they dream strangely of a great white circle in the sky. Something deep in their DNA still remembers. Final thoughts. The ghost of the moon. The moon once pulled our tides, lit our nights, shaped our myths, and gave rhythm to life. And now, even in its absence, it shapes our future. Its collision with Earth did not end us, it transformed us. Part 5, Could It Happen? The science behind the fiction. We've taken you through a journey of destruction, survival, and rebirth. But now, let's step out of the realm of imagination and into the realm of reality. Could the moon actually collide with Earth? The science of orbits right now, the moon is slowly drifting away from Earth by about 3.8 centimeters every year. This is due to tidal interactions between the two bodies. So instead of getting closer, the moon is retreating. At this rate, a collision would take tens of billions of years, long after our sun has expanded and swallowed both Earth and the moon. So, a natural collision? Unlikely, but what if something unnatural happened? What could trigger a collision? A massive asteroid slams into the moon, knocking it off its orbit. A rogue planet passes through the solar system, disrupting gravitational balances. A black hole drifts close to Earth, warping space-time itself. Or humanity, in its hubris, tries to move the moon for scientific or military purposes and fails. In each of these rare scenarios, the moon's orbit could decay or destabilize, bringing it on a fatal trajectory. The probability is tiny, but in cosmic terms, not impossible. What would actually happen? If the moon were to move toward Earth, it wouldn't fall like a rock from the sky. Gravity would stretch and distort it into a long, teardrop shape. Eventually, it would cross the Roche limit, the point where Earth's gravity would shred the moon apart. Instead of a full-body impact, we'd likely get a ring system, a beautiful, deadly halo of lunar debris. Some of that debris could fall to Earth, causing massive meteor showers, wildfires, and extinction events. But a direct impact, that would be truly apocalyptic. What have scientists said? NASA scientists have modeled impacts, both large and small. They agree, a full-scale Moon-Earth collision would release more energy than all nuclear weapons ever detonated, times millions. It could liquefy Earth's crust. Life as we know it would not survive. Some scientists speculate it could even create a new planetary body, restarting the moon as story all over again, like what may have happened when a Mars-sized planet struck Earth billions of years ago, giving birth to our moon in the first place. Why this thought experiment matters, you might wonder. Why even imagine such a thing? Because in doing so, we reflect on our fragility in the face of cosmic forces, the interconnectedness of all things, the moon, Earth, life, and the hubris and hope of humanity. It reminds us how much we depend on things we never think about. The moon is more than a glowing object in the night sky. It is a silent guardian shaping tides, time, and even the rhythm of life itself.